We clapping?
I'm clapping, bro.
Why is that?
Because the Seattle Mariners won a baseball game, Joe, and they didn't get swept. All right? Let's
Thank
freaking
God.
go, boys. Yo, Lucario, Micah, Omerta, Kank, Jackson, what's up? What's going on, guys? Crazy world, man. Gotta love it. Mariners actually pitched and hit today. It's true. What? Why were you laughing?
Gilbert is our best player. That's why I was laughing. Your your Cy Young propaganda is in full swing. Gilbert,
Yep.
has been our most competent starting pitcher by and
Yeah.
large.
Maybe I'm a genius, Joe. You ever thought about that?
I mean, you've got the head for it. Like your head is gigantic. There's like no way your brain isn't just massive in there. So, it's at least it's good for something. But aside from the dub, let's get the should we get like a negative out of the way?
Yeah,
If
sure. Let's start on a negative. Yeah, why
if
not?
there's anything to
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
Julio,
sure.
4 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it, I would say.
There's plenty of other negatives about today's game, but you know what? I don't care. All right. It's in the win column. All right. There's a W in the win column. People are going to be mad, but you know what? It's in the win column. How's it going, chat? K Kinney, a manification. Hey,
We're here.
Polanco, great over the shoulder catch, dude. Joe and I were watching the game together when that happened.
I'm so romantic.
Okay. And yeah, that ball got hit, and I'm in my head, I'm like, there's no shot that Polanco catches that baseball. And then he did, and then he did.
It almost like eked out of his glove, like when he squeezed it. I was
Could
like,
you imagine?
and then like,
Oh,
but then Mitch makes the dive to save it. Could you
oh yeah.
we're just
Thank you.
getting we're just getting real creative with the wins there.
Mm-hmm. Nice haircut, bro.
Oh, thanks, man. Nice haircut to you too, bro.
Okay.
What, you didn't ask or something? You didn't
Jorge saved the game. He did. We're trying to talk to the people here, Joe. Come on.
All right, fine.
Need J-Rod to break out of his slump. Yeah, I don't know, like, what's going on with him, man. I don't get it. I really don't. Like, why? His swing decisions are not the best right now, but they're not terrible either. So I don't necessarily know why he looks so bad right now. He's not hitting the ball in the air. That's a big part of it. But I don't know. I mean, the fact that so let me recap the events, chat. All right. Came home from getting my hairs cut. And I was like, I'm going to watch the Seattle Mariners play baseball. And I sat right there on that couch. And I watched the Seattle Mariners play baseball. My eyes started to get heavy. That's how boring that game was. All right. It was like the 6th inning. My eyes were heavy. Fall asleep. It was 1-0. Logan was pitching his booty off. And I wake up. And it's still 1-0. I'm like, wow. Logan's pitching great. And then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. just destroys a baseball to left field. And I was like, well, should have stayed asleep.
You should have stayed asleep.
Yep. So, but overall, I mean, Logan went almost 8.
Yeah.
It was pretty clear that Springer was going to be his last hitter no matter what. And it was like, it's a bummer that he couldn't get through that last hitter.
Yeah. I mean, 7 2/3 is big, especially given how the last couple of starts from the bigger the main guys in our rotation have gone. It just has not been great. So seeing Logan go out there and shove was a nice little refresh. Seeing Julio didn't go to Driveline with Ty, true. Big if true. I don't know. Like it was an at bat. Maybe this is second at bat. I can't remember. But Kikuchi got him down in either like 3 or 4 pitches, where it was like 2 curveballs and then a slider out like to his back foot, and he's just swinging straight over the top. It's like, why are we? I don't like. Why is the decision to swing at that pitch? Like that's obviously a pitch you're never gonna hit. Like what's the big idea? Like I don't understand. YMCA.
It sounded like you were doing the
why. I just couldn't think of the word because it was just like thinking back to that at bat. I'm just like, I'm confused. I'm confused at some of the swing decisions, and then in the 10th, Julio it was the 10th, right, or was it the 9th? Regardless, the curveball or slider, whatever pitch it was, smack dab over the middle of the plate, middle. He's swinging underneath it. I said out loud, I could have hit that ball. Maybe not very far, maybe not very hard, but I could have made contact with that ball. And it's just like, that's a pitch I think if April's truly cursed for Julio in May, any other month, that ball's going 450 to left field. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a problem right now. Julio and yeah, JP, drove in the first run of the game, but JP looks bad right now too. Like the two of them at the top of your lineup right now, it's rough. I mean, it's rough. I don't know what their combined stats were today, but it wasn't pretty.
2 for 9, run scored for JP along with an RBI and a walk. So. But it's just the top of the order still not doing a ton of the heavy lifting. Obviously, like Ty in the 10th, great job. Haniger also in the 10th, great job. Like to keep the momentum going. Like sure, Cal's 2-run homer, phenomenal, great. That gives you the lead. But being able to play add-on to ensure that it's not a 3-1 game going to the bottom of the 10th, where the tying run is still at the plate no matter what, with the runner starting on second, that was huge from those guys to continue to play add-on there. Ty got a breaking ball, punched it down into the left field, to the base of the wall basically, and Haniger going back up the middle a little bit towards right center. It was great. It was good hitting, and I'm confused like why it's not possible early in the game, like why we have to play these like tight baseball games, why the offense can't get it rolling earlier on in the game. But a win is a win. We scored 6 runs. It should be good vibes, and it's a good way to end the road trip after scuffling. And now you're going back to Seattle, hopefully with their heads held high. And even if a players meeting still does happen, because I wouldn't be surprised if there's something that still happens on tomorrow. I think energy around it will be more positive than obviously had they lost today. If they come home getting swept, going losers of their last 4, the vibes would be down horrendous. But it's definitely a lot better with that W.
Yeah, I hope that this specifically was kind of a momentum builder for them, because they need it. They needed a win like today, where the team kind of all comes together. In the end, that is what happened. There were a lot of big moments for certain guys. Again, that Polanco catch, biggest moment of his Mariners career so far, and it's not even particularly close. That was huge. Obviously the Cal home run, right-handed Cal hitting that home run, only his 8th home run from the right side in his career, so big moment for Cal as well. Logan, huge round of applause to Logan for today, man. Like 8 innings, or 7 2/3. Sorry, 7 2/3, giving up just the 1 run to a struggling but still very, very good Blue Jays lineup that has looked good against the Mariners. In terms of this Mariners rotation right now, they needed that, and in terms of the bullpen, they needed that. Bryce Miller will start the first game against the Cubs. Do they then, Joe, go to Hancock, or do they skip him with the off day?
I think Dave said on the broadcast that like Emerson is pitching. He will start Saturday against Imanaga, but quickly Azaria has become a member. Appreciate that. Thank you all the way across the pond over there in Europe. Very, very exciting. Thanks for coming a member. You get a badge, you get some emotes, some members only videos. Just put out a banger Mariners head-to-head between Colton and I. It's absolutely an instant classic. And, there's some Hit It Here podcast bloopers for you to indulge in as well. So appreciate that, Azaria. Appreciate. And then, Lucar, you're saying Assad versus Castillo. Yeah, we kind of went over it yesterday as well. It's not labeled on like probable pitchers on MLB.com yet for the Cubs. But yeah, it should be Castillo versus Javier Assad on the final game of that Cubs series, returning home tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Friday, unfortunately, is an Apple TV broadcast. So if we see a ton of home runs that night, the juiced balls will be back for the Apple TV broadcast. There's a lefty on the mound in Jordan Wicks against opposite Bryce Miller, but I don't know. I don't. You're saying if they skip Hancock start, I don't think so. It's scheduled that way. I doubt it. I think with the way that Logan pitched today, an off day, and then hopefully Miller gives you another like 6-ish innings, hopefully your bullpen will be fine if Hancock goes out and unfortunately does not have another good start. But that's, That's not something I really want to speak out into existence.
Yeah,
It's just
leash has to be short on him. You know what I mean? Like it has to be short on Hancock in his next start, because if the game starts to get away from him, they pull him right then. Like that's it. Azaria, I'd just like to tell you, you're member number 92. We inch ever closer to 100 members, chat. Appreciate it, Azaria. Member number 92. I don't know. I might try to go to the game on Friday just because it's a Apple TV game, so it might be a lot of home runs, like you said. And like I get off work that day, maybe I don't know. I just want to go to a game.
Yeah, catch a good vibe at a game, hopefully.
Yeah, good vibe, please. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in my opinion, again, terrible road trip for the Mariners. What they go 2-4, 2-4. Yeah, 6 games. They went 2-4 on this road trip, and they not pretty. But the games they won obviously pitched by Bryce Miller. The both of them, it comes down to a really good pitching performance, but by both pitchers in the 2 games they won, and that's what this team's built on. It's built on pitching, and honestly, the offense on this road trip pretty bad. Definitely could have won that first game in Milwaukee, but they didn't. So okay, is what it is. That game they did win with Bryce Miller on the mound. Again, big pitching performance, but otherwise the offense has looked pretty bad. Hopefully, after today's game and going back home, the offense will start clicking together. I like that Scott has been moving guys around the lineup because honestly, they need it. They need it. Yeah. Yes, Soda Mojo. We did both go get haircuts. Not together, unfortunately. Joe didn't fly up.
Yeah, but I didn't make the hour and a half flight to get a haircut and come back, but
yeah. I don't know. Like you said, a team meeting, I think I'm still down, but I think it'd be a little less standoffish now.
Yeah.
Just after this one game. And don't get me wrong, one game does not a team make, but still they need to get their act together as a team. So if they do have a team meeting, if Polanco keeps hitting 5 or 6, I'm fine with that for now. Ty, I'm okay with him still batting in the top 4. I am still under the impression, just for funsies, to put JP at 9 for a game and put Rojas at 1. I'm in. I'm freaking in.
With a lefty on the mound for Friday?
Don't even care.
Because we're facing, back-to-back lefties with Wicks and Imanaga. So it'll be interesting to see kind of like what the lineup construction will look like. I think in those first 2 games, you mentioned, the offense didn't look pretty necessarily until, you had to play hero ball. Kikuchi was dicing up guys left and right today. Like, what do you have, like 8 Ks through the first 4 or something like that? I mean, the Mariners struck out 15 times today. The entire time, like Julio had 4, Ty 2, Haniger 2, Polanco 3, Garver 2. Like that 2 through 6 in your order was just getting punched out left and right, and you just can't have that from like your big guys there. So whether or not it was just like Kikuchi's had their number for whatever reason, like, and Kikuchi's had a pretty, I'd say, a resurgence with Toronto. Like he has been actually like pretty decent. Like he has definitely turned a new leaf with Toronto.
He was good last year.
Yeah, no, like looking at him now compared to when he was with Seattle, it's almost like night and day with like the kind of stuff that he's bringing. And not to try and make an excuse for the Mariners getting, diced up by him, 9 strikeouts for Kikuchi over 6 innings. But I'm hoping that this win will lift spirits and allow just better productive at-bats going forward. Like those at-bats in the 10th, like Cal's ball that he hit, it was a ball off the plate, he still did a home run for it. Like it was a breaking ball that Ty France pulled down into the corner. It was a ball off the plate that Haniger hit out to right center field. Like they're taking the ball with where it's being thrown and kind of hitting it to where like, they're supposed to. Like they're not trying to do too much with it, it felt like. So I'm hopeful with how the offense has looked in the 2 wins. Obviously, every loss has just been horrendous though. Like it's just not been great. Aside from maybe the first game against Milwaukee when they battled back, but like outside of those, it's very like isolated incidences right now for this offense.
Yeah, I mean they're still missing pitches down the middle. That's the big thing. Like once they actually start to connect on the pitches they should be connecting on, this offense is going to take off. It's just a matter. I feel like it's a matter of when, not if, for this team. I really do.
Uh,
Like I think that this offense, it's pretty clear that this offense is better than how they've looked so far.
yeah.
Because Jorge Polanco, Mitch Garver, JP, Julio, etc. They've all been the worst they've been in their careers. And I think that as soon as they start to, as soon as those guys get hot, like the Mariners offense is going to take off. As long as guys like the role player guys continue to keep doing what they're doing. You know, we have Dylan Moore continue to smash lefties. It's what he's there for. You have, you know, Rojas or Urias continue to be relatively decent. Like, I think that with the way that certain guys on the pitching staff have looked, and Miller and Gilbert,
Mm-hmm.
if you can get George and Luis going again, like you'll have that death rotation. You get Santos and Brash back, and the offense finally starts to click. Like, I really do think that it's only a matter of time before this team goes on a hot streak. I really do. As for when that's going to be, hopefully sooner rather than later, because we're getting towards, you know, as we get towards the middle and the end of April, they've got some tough games coming up. I mean, they have a Brave series coming up that's going to be hard, obviously, a Diamondback series as well. So, I don't know. I think that this team, they're just a few adjustments away, and I think that's the part that hurts the most is they are so close, but they're so far away. It looks so far away, but they are so close.
Yeah, there's times where like you can see it all kind of like come together into like there's like flashes of it. You're like, oh, that is how this team can look, you know, every single game, like all 9 innings. But yet we're getting it for 1, 2, maybe 3 innings a game, where then you can't really string stuff together. Um, what do you think Julio will catch on? Notable like April struggles for Julio, both the first 2 seasons. What? Okay, you're just trying to get to 100, aren't you?
Yeah, dude. Hey, chat, we're at 97 members now, guys.
By the way, 3 away from 100. So yeah, like I think Julio, if it's through the end of April, that's just he's a struggler through that bit there. Through April though, he is batting 218. Currently, he's batting like 150. So like you could still maybe hope that his batting average is going to jump up 78 points. So there's a chance that like him getting going towards the end of April into May is a possibility. Lucario's saying we're going to sweep the Braves, no problem. I mean,
I mean, if that happens,
I don't know about that.
can we
It'll
keep
be
Julio in the minors until May every year?
that might be the strat. Oh, just keep him in Tacoma, have him hitting the PCL, get used to just hitting tanks, and he'll come back up. I saw someone earlier said like it looks like Julio takes his eye off the ball every time he swings, or he's trying to do too much. I think back to his walk off, like that's my favorite at bat from him so far this year. With aside from the context of the situation, it's like the most I think centered at bat that I can think of for him this year, where he's not trying to do too much with it. Like people saying like he's swinging out of his ass, trying to like hit a ball 1,000 feet, whatever. He wasn't in that at bat. He was trying to do exactly what he needed to do, which was hit the ball back up the middle, drive in a run. Like tonight, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Joseph. 6 o'clock in Toronto. So maybe people that aren't on the West Coast can let me have that one. But in that at bat in the 10th, was he trying to match Vladimir Guerrero Jr.'s bomb? Like to me, it looked like he was swinging a little bit too hard. But it's a singular at bat. I'm sure he'll make adjustments. Like he got off to a slow start last year and then turned it up to a top 5 MVP finish. Like I don't see a reason why he can't do that again. We are so back. Exactly, Dedara. Exactly. 5-8. Woo, Feldy, you're speaking the language right there. 5-8. We got a W in the win column, baby.
Yeah, that's what more can we ask for?
Woo!
Gotta start somewhere there, Feldy. Gotta start somewhere.
Brick by brick. All it takes is one.
Julio killing me in fantasy right now. Yeah, it's been rough. I've had him too. It's been a little bit rough. Yeah, chat. It's 11:18 p.m. here. Wait, where are you at again, Azaria?
Europe.
Where in Europe? Europe's big, bro.
Europe's quite large. There's a lot of different things in Europe. I feel like they've said it before and I just can't remember. I'm gonna guess either I think like Portugal or like Spain. In the Iberian Peninsula. In the UK, shit.
Nice
Drats.
job. Nice job, Joe.
I know I screwed it up.
Let's start reading some chat. All right, let's see. Media hypes them too much. Hypes who?
Well, Chad was saying how many times have the Mariners made the playoffs in franchise history. So
Oh,
Chad was trying. We're trying to play. We're trying to play cherry picking stats.
yeah. Chad's trying to be grumpy. Chad, you sound like a 49ers fan. What's going on?
Damn, ruined his.
Where do you guys live? T-Mobile Park, baby. If Julio does exactly what he did last year, then the Mariners only win in July and miss the playoffs. He needs to be more consistent on a daily basis. I mean, that's true. That's true. Like, it is. There's nothing incorrect about that statement. I think that Julio needs to be the leader of this team. Like, he's the guy. He wants it. He wants to be the guy. And if he wants to be the guy, he better show up at the beginning of the season. Don't you love it when your team strikes out 15 times in 10 innings? Don't care, they won.
The W in the books.
Yeah, don't care how many times you
out
strike
25 times. Personally, I mean, that would actually probably have made me bash my head against the wall if they struck out 25 times. But yeah, it's not pretty striking out 15 times, but a 6-1 win, I think you're taking it every single time if it means they strike out 15 times.
Polanco got offended by Joe saying the Ty was better than him defensively. You know what? If that's what it takes, you know what I mean?
I will gladly take credit for Jorge Polanco turning around his poor defensive season if we're gonna go there.
Hey, Julio, Dylan Moore's a better hitter than you.
Get wrecked, nerd. What do we think of Ryan Stanek? Stanek is, I mean, he throws gas.
Yeah,
he's a guy that
been
I enjoy having in that bullpen, especially with Brash and Santos likely on their way back. Pretty soon-ish. I mean, Brash threw a live bullpen session the other day in Arizona, according to Divish. He tweeted this out earlier today. And Santos is working toward being thrown off a mound. And then Divish said at the end of the tweet there that we'll know more on Friday when Justin Hollander speaks to some media peeps. So more news on Brash and Santos soon, but the death bullpen is coming. It's on its way.
Let's see. Suriel Santiago. What about Julio 1, Canzone 2, Ty 3, Cal 4, Hanny 5, Garver 6, Rojas 7, Polanco 8, and Crawford 9? I think I'd probably switch Haniger and Canzone there, to be honest with you. I know that you're probably trying to go like right, left, whatnot. But I think that Haniger just is more consistent right now than Dom. And I think Dom lower in the lineup, provides a little bit more length towards the bottom of that lineup right now. Cal at 4 is tough because he just hasn't looked good, but neither has anybody else. So
yeah, I think having Julio bat leadoff is just so taboo after we've seen him not bat leadoff for a long. It's weird to imagine the Mariners lineup with Julio batting leadoff again with what his body of work kind of led him to last year of all right, he moved out of the leadoff spot. JP is now the leadoff hitter, so it's just it's a different, I think, approach for him. But I don't know. I don't know if I ever want to see Julio in the leadoff spot throughout for the rest of his career. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
and I'm sure it'll happen. I'm sure there'll be days where maybe JP gets a day off, so they just move Julio up a spot. I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah.
Who do you have in the salmon run on Friday? Humpy or Death? Humpy or Death?
That your guy?
That's my guy, dude. Humpy's my guy. Why have there been so much hate on Service? What do they want him to change? I don't see it. People need a scapegoat.
We talked about it a lot, last night after the loss, just because it's a more, I think, fitting subject after a loss. But yeah, it's just the main conversation was about players maybe not self-motivating and needing Service to motivate for them, and it doesn't seem like Service was or whatever. So that was the main gripe, was just being able to get this team into shape, into playing shape, into the mental for the game, just being ready to give it your all. That was the main conversation we had, and I also agree, don't really see it. So
no Uriel Santiago, dude. I believe that puts us at 98 members, dude. Appreciate you becoming a member. Lots of members only content for you, all you members out there, including my personal favorite, which is the Hit It Here podcast bloopers, which
They're quite fun. They are
yeah,
a little bit
yeah.
different than the normal content you see. Maybe a little bit closer to the live stream shenanigans, with like a little bit more on the off the rip stuff. But
Yeah. A little more vulgar, but yeah, no, appreciate it, Surreal. I do. Hopefully I'm saying that right.
yeah,
What do you guys use for pulling stats and after game stats? I think it depends, honestly. I mean, like the box scores, a place to like the MLB box scores where I normally go like immediately after a game.
Mhm.
I'll also go to like fan graphs to see, depending on if I'm looking for, some of the advanced stats.
Colton, is your phone by your mic?
Maybe there's also a lawnmower outside, so
Oh, okay. You are sounding
maybe
a
if
little
you guys,
robotic.
my phone was by my mic, but also if you guys hear a lawnmower, it's because there's a lawnmower.
I don't think it's that bad, but I was just worried about the phone. Gabriel, into the void about Garver and maybe even Polanco. Garver had a hit today, 2 strikeouts. Yeah, there's been some out of character at bats, I'd say, from Garver. It doesn't seem like he's fully found his groove. And whether or not that's an excuse that we're willing to ride with, that's neither here nor there. I'm not super worried about Garver yet. I think other guys around him have been able to kind of like lessen the load, and like we're not feeling that impact as much. Of course, we're 5-8. Our run differential is still terrible. So like if Garver was hitting 300, how much different would that look? Probably significantly. But it's I'm not like fully off the Garver Polanco train quite yet.
I personally think they both should have a day off during this series versus the Cubs.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to honestly see Garver get the day off the first game back on Friday. I want him to get 2 days off in a row because honestly, I think his back's still bugging him. Like he just doesn't look comfortable right now. And I would rather him not try to push it and have him in a few weeks' time than have him all of a sudden blow his back out, and he's out for 6 months.
Yeah.
Polanco, I mean, yeah, great game-saving catch. That's it.
Yeah, and
So
0 for 5 today, so not great with
yeah.
3 Ks. Like offensively just hasn't really started clicking, but yeah, the defensive catch was the most surprising moment from today. I wouldn't be surprised if against the lefty it's just hard because like you're saying last night, like do we trust lefty Josh Rojas more than righty Jorge Polanco? Maybe for a game, like give him a day off because he hasn't had a day off either, right? Like
Right.
him, JP, Julio haven't had a day off. I think those are the only guys that haven't had a day off yet because Ty technically got paternity list. Haniger's had a day off. Garver missed a couple games with the back spasm. So those three, like out of them, Polanco's probably due for a day off first out of those three, realistically, just given like the positional depth of the major league roster right now. But
let's get some questions
in the first
here.
game of the Cubs, I could see it.
Drew says, see us making any more moves like trades or free agent signings? I mean, eventually. Not right now. There's no free agents to sign right now. But trades, I would say yes, but I mean, probably we won't see anything unless there's an injury, anything significant until like June at the earliest. So, are you America stuff? Are you concerned about the season so far? No, I'm concerned about individual performances. I am not concerned about the team as a whole. Joe, thoughts?
I think it's more so just like you have to see you see what guys are giving you right now, and there are things to be concerned about, but it's not, I think, the season worrying concerns quite yet. It's if these struggles continue into the month of May, where like Colton Wong was struggling last year and AJ Pollock never got it going. Like those are the types of concerns that if for whatever reason these guys break out of their career, standard norms and in a negative way, then yeah, we can start to be concerned about them for those reasons. And if we're, witnessing a similar pattern and we're trying to jump the gun on being worried about things, then by all means you guys do that, but that's not where I'm fully at yet. Deidara stopped trolling with the trade Julio at that point. Stop trolling. Thoughts?
Is Stanek better suited to be the closer with his experience? and more control than Munoz. I mean, I'd be fine with it personally. I have no qualms about that, especially once you get Brash and Santos back. I think I mean the back end of that bullpen, you'll have 4 guys who could be a closer on a Major League Baseball team. And you might go with matchups one night. And also, I mean, just having all those guys, it's really good because if one guy pitches the night before and he's going to take the next day off, you have 3 other guys to cover it. So I don't think that they're going to nail down a specific closer duty, a specific closer role, even though obviously it's been pretty clear that it's been Munoz so far. But I mean, Stanek, well, I guess Stanek didn't get a save today, huh?
Because it wasn't a save situation.
Win,
yeah, but it's the final out, a
Right.
game finished for Stanek, and I think going to Munoz for those 4 outs though was the right move from Scott though. Like the 1 1/3 inning pitch from Munoz was the right call, just to make sure that he's your guy to go out there and stop it. Gabriel's not asking, forgot whose guy Josh Rojas was. That's my guy. That's my guy right there.
Oh, whoa, let's talk about my guy. All right, Ty France.
Hey, Josh Rojas. Whose guy's been better, Josh Rojas or Ty France?
Ooh, interesting. Go ahead, chat. Let's hear it. Let's see. Gabriel, what are the Mariners doing with Raleigh? When Trammell was called up, he was playing more than Raleigh. Trammell didn't even make the team.
I think he's talking about last year, bro.
Raleigh wasn't on the team last year.
Brother. Think about their roles within the team, 4th outfielders.
Right, but
Trammell saw playing time against Toronto last year when he got called up, whereas Raleigh really hasn't seen as much playing time. I think is the
just different outfields. I mean, last year you had Teoscar Hernandez, who really should only DH, and AJ Pollock in left field. So it's like, like I think it's just different. It's a different look to this outfield. Mitch Haniger, he's playing well enough to, as long as he can stay healthy, play every day. I don't think he should play every day. Dominic Canzone has looked really good lately, especially. So it's like, as a 4th outfielder, it's hard right now to get at bats. It's hard right now to get at bats for Luke Raley, because where do you put him? The positions that Luke Raley plays, the guys, I mean, other than really Julio, are playing really well right now. So
that is I think the explanation for why Luke Raley has not played is because it's the Pollock effect from last year. Kelenic started off the year super hot. Obviously, Teo was never gonna not be starting over Pollock, kind of a thing. So, Canzone and Haniger are playing better than Luke Raley. That's just kind of the end of story. And we said it, I think, a little bit last night too, of whether or not we expected Haniger to play all but 1 game so far. I most certainly did not, through 13 games, think Haniger was going to play 12 out of those 13. So I think that also is part of the reason why. You probably expected Raley to play more against righties and Haniger to play a little bit less. Had we seen Raley start over Haniger against Peralta in first game against Milwaukee, I wouldn't have been surprised. Or even against Jose Barrios in the first game against the Blue Jays. It's just Haniger's playing well. They want to make sure that he is seeing as many at-bats as possible and within reason of his health, to be productive, because he has been our 2nd best hitter behind
most
maybe
consistent
Ty.
anyway, yeah.
I mean, he has our highest OPS at 806. Ty's OPS is 718. It's Haniger's doing the job, and that's why Raley really has been kind of given the short end of the stick, unfortunately.
Let's talk about manifestations. Teoscar's laying off those sliders off the plate right now. Teoscar's running currently a 38% strikeout rate.
Tough.
So is he? Is he really?
I know. I saw Gino after his first 3 games has been scuffling. We don't want these guys to fail.
Not at all.
Not by any means. It's just the conversation is then well, all these guys are tearing it up after they left the Mariners. Yeah, because sample size. Let it regulate. Gino in his last 7 games has almost matched his strikeouts on the entire it's just give it time. Let it balance, please.
Yeah, Jared Kelenic was hot for the entire month of April last year. And look at him the rest of the year. A hot start means nothing.
A slow start for Julio means nothing.
Means nothing. I mean, he was terrible last year at the start of the year, and then he was top 5 in MVP voting. It is what it is. Wait until the end of the year before we can make those assumptions about coaching issues, because it's not there right now. You can't there's unfortunately no way you can look at it and say, oh, well, And nobody ever talked about the guys that leave Seattle and continue to be bad. Of course not. You know, Adam Frazier was like okay last year, but Colton Wong didn't even sign with a new team. I want to go back even further. Dustin Ackley, you know, Michael Saunders kind of made a little bit of a career for himself, but like
Justin
I don't know.
Smoke, big year with Toronto.
Yeah, like 1 year, you
Mhm.
know, it's like I don't know. There's plenty of guys that also haven't been good when they left. So
Only player you said we got rid of is Cattell. Yeah, I mean him turning into a star for Arizona is. I think his body of work also has just changed a ton. Like
yeah,
he like bulked out compared to like when we saw him with the Mariners. Like also, I mean, good for him. Like he figured out what he needed to do. But yeah, Cattell is a tough one to like look back on. But it's just the nature of the game. I think
Nestor Cortez. I mean,
Colton is not moved by Nestor
no,
Cortez.
I
Let me
am
tell
not
you,
moved by Nestor
Colton
Cortez.
hates nasty Nestor.
I don't hate him. I just think he's incredibly overrated. The only thing that I ever see out of Nestor Cortez is when he was with the Mariners and he tried to do his weird funky thing and then gave up a moonshot to Albert Pujols and Pujols just stared at it, watched it go.
Right on
You
cue.
know? I don't know. Nasty Nestor's fine. You know. Let's trade for Matt Chapman at the deadline. Yeah, he's been great, guys. He's been great.
Was he batting 155?
Something like that. Yeah. But everyone said that he would have been better than Rojas and Urias, Joe. Come on. Come on.
He's batting a $184. My bad. A 65 OPS plus.
Damn.
Josh Rojas? Where's Josh Rojas at? Chilling with a 136 OPS plus? That's my guy.
Shedlong Jr.
Should you bust out the Inception cards? Colton will be right back. Nestor has a nice mustache. I agree, Daydara. I agree. Potluck Fire Scott service chat yesterday. What? And shockingly enough, Potluck, not a single Fire Scott service comment today. It's weird. It's weird how, what have you done for me lately affects, sports fandom. It is just the natural progression, I think, of watching sports, of being a fan of teams. When they play bad, angry. When they play good, happy. Fire Scott service. Damn you, Owen. Damn you. You ruined it. When you think of Urias, I mean less than Rojas. I'd probably rather play Dylan Moore over Urias. But also then you'd have to play Canzone and Raleigh against lefties. But
yeah,
maybe Samad Taylor greater than Luis Urias. Maybe could be a thought there. Higher Scott service. Ethan gets it.
Let's go, Ethan.
Extend Scott service.
I'll find all of them. Hold on. They're all kind of mixed in here.
Hate how he wears his pants. Bro wears his pants above his knees. He knows what he's doing though. Urias knows what he's doing though because the pants quality is terrible. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Riley Green,
dude,
yesterday and just blew out this entire leg of pants. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Put Scott service at third base. Put him behind the dish, dude. Give Cal a day off. That's what Scott can do. Scott can give Cal a day off. We don't need to worry about Garver. We can fully get rid of Sebi. Vanification commented about Sebi probably 20 minutes ago and just it got absorbed by chat. But Sebi, if the games that he's in continue to be bad as far as the pitching standpoint, like if he's calling a bad game or whatever you want to say, and he's also not producing, I would be fine with him going and we see some Blake Hunt.
Yep.
Michael
Michael Piersky.
Just give us something, a new look. Dorian, hello.
Hey man.
Jerry and Scott battery win. It's time, Daydara. In the Mariners celebrity softball game 20 years from now, Jerry and Scott will throw out the first pitch.
When they finally get the Mariners to the World Series.
Exactly.
And people start to realize they're actually relatively decent at their jobs. Now people will still find a way to complain.
Drew, we're not calling up Harry Ford. We're not jumping that gun yet. Look at those shed longs, dude.
I was trying to make a shed long rainbow from Topps inception 2019. What year was this?
2019.
Yeah. 2020. And I believe the only one I'm missing is the black 1 of 1, and I even looked as recently as last week for it on eBay, and I can't find it. But I was collecting them.
Maybe it hasn't been unboxed yet.
So I guess I just got to go buy more 2020.
Topps Inception.
See how much those are. Keep talking to the friends.
I will. Lucario, we're not ignoring you, all right? You haven't said anything in the last like 10 minutes. Don't even lie to me.
I'm
Don't even
ignoring
try
them.
and gaslight me right now. Saw a Blue Jays fan complaining about the Mariners after yesterday's game. I mean, in all fairness, he's made some silly decisions. Like they're like pulling Barrios like in the wild card game last year. They're also off to kind of a slow start. Like not the best. And also like the Cal Raleigh, like pitching to Cal Raleigh's not that hard. That whole thing. That's a time for. Is it John Schneider?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I don't know. He's fine, but like it's just kind of. I get what you're saying. Like fans will be fans. Yes,
$200, by the way.
$200. Hey, chat, can we? I'm just kidding.
Let's fund the Topps Inception.
Yeah, the search
fun.
for the one of one Shedlong Jr. Inception. We're crowdfunding it. Y'all worried about Julio and Polanco? We talked a little bit about their struggles today. Julio, obviously, 1 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. Polanco, 0 for 5 with 3 Ks. Like, offensively, they didn't look great. You know, hopefully the good vibes will bring them to better plate appearances when they come back home. You know, that'd be my hope. Looks like the Mariners locked in. It's about gosh darn time, dumb Lego guy. And Garver? Yeah, I know.
Hey, how about that poll, huh?
Yeah, we get it. Ty France has been better than Josh Rojas. You guys are just giving sympathy votes to the brand new dad. All right, I get it.
Owned.
Sympathy votes for the brand new dad.
Owned.
Also recency bias. They saw Ty France play today. They didn't see Josh Rojas play today.
Sucks to suck, nerd.
Well, I'll be curious though if Rojas sits. You know, this will be what? It'll be 4 games or 4 days, 3 games in a row where Rojas might not play because it's lefties on the mound. Like if we're really going in, you know, to those platoons, we're pushing out Urias with his 158 average. I mean, a 694 OPS, not bad, but if we're really looking at it like that, Urias will start the first 2 games. Rojas might make some pinch hitters, you know, some pitch hit appearances with the Cubs bullpen if we get to him early enough, but you know.
Julio's the most overrated player in baseball. I don't know about that one, Johnny boy. I don't know about that one, buddy. Well, okay, Lucario, what was your thing? Demo should get a game at leadoff facing 2 lefties in the series against Chicago, and I like Demo against lefties. He's got good speed, good base running, good on base hitter. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. Like I'd be fine. Like maybe they give JP a day off versus one of the lefties, and they put him at short. You know, like there's a possibility that happens. I don't necessarily think it's like a for sure thing. I would more expect him to be in left or right field. Mariner Mojo doesn't care about non-members. Confirm that's right. I actually just don't care about you. Pretty much owned.
Who's Brandon Drury?
What is a Brandon Drury?
What is a Brandon Drury?
Prima, you're broke. Don't talk to us. True.
Get your money up.
Get your money up, dude. But y'all should give us who you think are locks on Mariners on Prize Picks.
Well, I don't think Prize Picks is legal in Washington.
It's not legal in Washington. Sorry, guys.
And also, sports betting, unless it's on Bet Online, is player props are hard. Like locks like that are hard. Like Peter Appel for Just Baseball, I think does a pretty good job, but I know he had a tough start to last year. I know East Coast M's does like some FanDuel stuff. So that I would direct traffic to them. East Coast M's for some FanDuel locks, and then Peter Appel, I think, is for Just Baseball Media is pretty good as far as player props. So
glad the Mariners didn't make me break my school Chromebook. You love to see it.
I'm going to break my monitor, I swear. Just like really get into it. There's some Divish tweets about some media interviews after the game.
All right, let's see it.
Scott Service on whether Cal Raleigh hit a properly executed pitch.
No.
Quote, "It was a properly executed at-bat. Reggie Geigus. Thank you. Becoming a member. Appreciate that.
I think 90.
we'll read your
$8.99?
chats now.
Yeah.
According to other members, other comments here, we can read your chats now. Sorry, Colt and I are both colorblind to the color white, so we can't see when the names pop up. Only the green
Yeah.
names.
That's right, guys. That's right.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
$3.25 after tax a month to support the boys. The most quality content. It's hella worth it. Appreciate it, K Kenny. Appreciate it. Most quality content? I don't know about that.
Quality is a word.
Yeah, quality is not a word that we use when we talk about ourselves. Do you think a Mariner's bucket hat is drip?
Dude, drippy to just the absolute
Yes,
drip.
absolutely.
There's no more there, like that's the end all be all drip. Eric flexing on Prima right now.
Oh my gosh.
Mike has been a member for a month now. Let's go.
Let's go. Dude, I'm pretty sure Eric was number 100, but it's not updating on
on your
on
end.
studio. So I can't tell you that for sure.
But if we hit 100, that's kind of crazy.
That's real crazy. Appreciate it, guys.
Can
Green mode unlocked.
I was gonna say, can you open Streamlabs on your end and look at the bar? Because if I switch to that scene on my end, it'll mess up so much on the stream right now.
I can try. I don't know if
it'll like mess up on my end.
I don't know if it'll mess up on your end. I don't know if it'll update.
Oh,
well, you're not for gifted members, seeing as how I gifted 5. You know, I'm gonna gift another 5 just for the boys.
We thank you for starting the member train there.
They're done with that, you Prima.
Yeah, if there was like Twitch has the what are they called? The when you reach certain levels of like a hype train. Jesus Lord.
Hype train just started, baby.
Exactly.
Caleb Coates for the boys, for the culture.
Yes.
All right, let's see. Hopefully that didn't mess things up on your end just now.
Dorian, 8 months as well. Let's go.
Let's go.
We got the continuing memberships.
It only still says 91 on my end.
Lucario, you just need to clean your ears out, bro. Like, our audio levels are fine. You're just straight trolling. Anyways, another quote from Divish, or not, so this one's a quote from Cal. Cal was asked if he heard the comments by John Schneider last year, and Cal said this: I know a lot of guys have beef with him in the league, so his comments aren't surprising. I don't have much to say. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it all. If you don't want it to come back on you. Cal just hit him with like a first grade
damn.
Like he hit him with the de-escalation training right there. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all.
Let's go, Cal. You guys want me to put on a Daniel Vogelbach jersey since we hit 100 subs? I'll put on the sleeveless one.
Colton said that he was going to wear it backwards if Vogie walked us off.
I was.
Just have Vogelbach just right in the center of his chest for the entirety of stream. It would have been an awful day. A bad day for a stream if Daniel Vogelbach walked us off. I'm not going to lie.
Right. Yeah, bro, I'll put on the All-Star Game Vogie jersey if I have to, just because he got a freaking plate appearance. You know what I mean? And he walked. Let's go.
Yeah,
my guy.
Vogie, legacy walk right there.
Legacy walk. If that's the only thing that he does with the Blue Jays,
Mm-hmm.
It happened. Vogelbach jersey and socks, nothing else. What?
Now we're talking about drip. That's drip right there. Eric, last year, it wasn't last year. Was it last year?
It might have been the year before.
I feel like it was the year before. John Schneider basically just said it's not hard to pitch to Cal Raleigh if you execute your pitches properly. And so then, everyone and their mother just turned it into a meme of like, anytime Cal hits a home run against Toronto, they use that quote. It's similar to like when Alek Manoah made the comment about pressure and tires, and then he's now an awful pitcher. Like, he just chokes. Like, the pressure got to him. Well, John Schneider and his pitching staff still have not figured out how to pitch to Cal Raleigh effectively and execute their pitches because he still hits home runs. What's up, Mini Galen? What's up, bro?
Let me see if I can find the exact quote here.
You can't expect them to react to every single comment. All right, I'm reading every single comment from here on out. After that one. I'm locked in. Someone say something. He's active with a little league team in rural Oklahoma. My favorite Cal quote from today is still Logan pitches nuts off today. The dumper scares him. See, guys, I can read every single comment if I have to. I'm cute. Thank you. 7th homer in Rogers Center. Bang. I'm elite. I've got 80 grade chat reading skills when I need to. Don't hurt myself. I got it, bro. I'm telling you, 80 grade. He's lying. Lucario, shut your face hole. Someone should make a compilation of post-game interview quotes that didn't age well. I mean, Cal just really wanted to, like, he just could not find a different word to say other than like nuts or like his ass or whatever when first talking to in the post-game interview. But my name is Joe and I'm an Astros fan for life. Clip it! Clip it! Lucario, I'm not looking on Discord right now, bro.
You done now?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
So I can read the comment or tell you the comment. John Schneider's exact comment was somebody said, What about Cal Raleigh makes him so tough to pitch to?" And John Schneider said he's not very tough to pitch to when you execute your pitches. He's hitting 200. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
So, I hope they ask him about him. I hope they just continue to ask him about just Cal Raleigh every time.
Mm-hmm. Yo, Mini Galen, is that a remember? W. Thank you for remembering. Prima, if you want us to answer your Rojas question, maybe we just didn't see it. You know what I mean?
There was a Rojas question?
I don't remember. I'm scrolling right now. I'm back like 15 minutes at this point, I feel like.
I'm going to give 5 members just for fun. If Prima gets one, good for him.
Who is the better two-way player, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa or Josh Rojas?
Josh Rojas, Prima got one. Josh Rojas, definitely not biased, by the way. Prima was the first one to get one, by the way.
The universe knew. The universe knew who to give it to.
Yeah, he'd love to see it. Dude, look at all these members. How do we become members? Gabriel, if you're on iPhone, I don't think you can do it. If you're on a PC or Android, there should be a little join button right underneath our my face specifically. Down there somewhere. If you click it, $2.99 a month, bro, unlock a bunch of extra videos.
Yeah, mobile stuff I don't know if it has access for whatever reason. The interface is kind of silly for that, but Josh Rojas is our ace, I agree.
True and real and true.
Deidara, why do you hate this community, bro? Just because we hate you too?
Yeah, bro.
What?
You ever think that maybe you're the problem, Deidara?
Deidara is fully the problem. Which is the biggest M's rivalry, Jays or Stros? I mean, it has to be the Astros within the division. Like, Blue Jays are the biggest, I think, out-of-division rival, easily, just because anytime they come to Seattle, it's like an invasion. But, yeah, it's still the most hated team by Seattle Mariners fans has to be the Houston Astros.
Yeah,
and without question.
Close, yeah.
And it's not particularly close.
Hope you stub your toe, Deidara. We own the Blue Jays? Kind of, actually. I mean, we kind of hard to say we just lost a series to them, but
yeah,
the Mariners will win a series at some point this year, guys. All right, some point this year. They asked Scott about Carl's home run. He said it was a perfectly executed pitch. And then Scott corrected the media guy and said, no, Cal perfectly executed his at bat. I like that. Is that the one you read?
I did read that one.
Yeah.
I put Lucario in a 10-second timeout.
Let's go.
Mr. Sticky, you hate the Angels more? Interesting.
Why?
What did the Angels do to you? It was only for 10 seconds. It's okay. What, you timed him out for what, a minute the other day? Or was it 5 minutes?
I timed him out for 10. I'm not playing around, bro. Shut up.
You don't mess around, bro.
The Athletics finna beat us? I don't know about all that.
Wait, we're ahead of them now, yeah?
Yeah,
we're third. We're third in the division now, boys.
The Lastros are back, baby. Yeah, I'm glad that Ty got to see a W. You know what I mean? Because it's probably the only Mariners game only couple Mariners games he gets to see this year. I'm glad he got to see a W.
I was fully ready to blame him for a series, like a sweep. I was fully ready to just pin it all on him.
Yeah,
truthfully, and I think he's a person that can take that on emotionally, But it's something that we didn't want to see happen.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait to see Holiday's debut. I mean, Colton as well. He's picked him up in 2 fantasy leagues. Like, bro's praying that he's going 4 for 4 with 4 tanks.
Yeah, I'm down. See it happen, baby.
You almost didn't put him in your lineup. I had to talk you into it.
Yeah, sometimes guys first lineup, or first day, they're like,
I mean, he's batting ninth, so
yeah.
he'll probably get 3 at bats.
Literally took him right as I tried. Yes, sir. We already talked about Brat Mash. Yeah.
We didn't talk about Brat Mash, but Matt Brash has thrown a bullpen, which is encouraging news.
Yeah,
Very
that's true.
encouraging things as far as Mariners pitching injuries are concerned. I think we're what? Like, we got maybe 2 more Emerson Hancock starts, including to one on Saturday for that spot in the rotation. Someone asked it earlier. I can't remember who it was, but if Hancock goes out and throws another stinker, who are we going to have replace him if Woo's not back? The main names have been Levi Stout, Jonathan Diaz, and Dallas Keuchel as far as guys in Tacoma. We'll get crazy. We'll just say Logan Evans. Is he? Are we ready to throw him into the majors for a start since he
Nope.
started in Arkansas? But yeah, I'd say Levi Stout would be. I will stand by my Levi Stout pick.
I'm just saying, guys, Emerson Hancock has more wins on the season than
Luis
Luis
Castillo.
Castillo. So,
True. Who's the real ace?
yeah, my ace, Emerson Hancock. All right. I think we should wrap this thing up, Joseph.
Call it a stream. Big
Call it a
stream.
stream. Yeah, big stream.
Big W stream. Post game win. Good vibes all around. Everyone in the chat hanging out. Obviously, we passed 100 members, which is very exciting. Thank you to everyone who is a member. Check out the brand new membership tab to those who have not, been a member before on our like main channel page. You'll see all the videos just kind of like in a log there. Scroll all the way down, see some of the old stuff. Maybe some of it's not applicable weight anymore, but yeah, lots of good stuff. We're doing 1 video a week for members, so make sure you guys, tune in this weekend. Because we upload either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Just kind of depends on when it's ready, but we will have another members video for you guys this weekend. Smooches, bro. Ian, goodbye. Appreciate it. Duck Davis, big stream, big Brandon Drury vibes. All right, we don't need another Brandon Drury stand in here. All right, we've got enough. We've got enough. Discord. There's a Discord. It's a public Discord, but there is a members only section. If you guys link your,
Apparently, you got a loud ping.
I do because
Oh my God, John!
I do have a loud ping because Lucario keeps messaging me.
I to ban him on there too. John with the 1999. I've learned to accept the fact that Julio is not the next coming of Griffey, and if Kirby has another bad start, I'm okay with trading him, but only for Holiday. And the Yankees are the most hated team for Mariners fans, dude. John with the $12 holla at the buzzer. Yeah, I'd put the Yankees above the Blue Jays of teams that I dislike. It's Blue Jays fans I dislike. I don't like the team. I hate the fans. I hate everything about the Yankees.
Okay, that's fair. Because like Yankees fans are arguably worse than Blue Jays fans, but
yeah,
I get where you were going with that.
I think there's still time. I think there's still time for Julio to become the second coming of Griffey. I do. Just after a few, years of him starting off slow. I mean, Kyle Seager was terrible in April too. I'm sure we could go look up his stats in April, but you know what? We'll save that for the podcast tonight. Why not?
Sure.
Why not? Just cause.
Yeah.
Dude, Dorian.
More money.
199 W Mojo. All he says, would you guys rather Garver over Teo? Ask me again in about a month. Teo for the vibes. Garver for the winning pedigree.
Yeah.
The end.
I agree. Okay. We're
all right, boys. And boys and girls, thank you guys for hanging out. Appreciate you guys.